Are you recording from the right one? Hey, it's recording! Woo! It's like 90 degrees in here, so I had to take off my fucking shirt. Ugh. Okay. I forgot there's a fucking rock in my recording area now. Oh, I forgot everything. Oh, no! Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Okay, not the intro I expected. Probably the intro I deserve, though, knowing my luck. Yeah, now I'm fighting with a water bottle. Ah, now that's a way to start a Warhammer video. Fighting with a water bottle and various other things. Welcome to the insanity that is Warhammer 40k. The game, book, show, movie, plastic figures, hobby, and Nerd Corner. We're turning a planet into a distant memory and all who live there because one of them had a different religious belief. Now, what we are covering has like so much lore. The franchise of Warhammer 40k has such an extensive library covered not just through books, codexes, rule books, fucking maybe even online community posts. Who fucking knows at this point? And all of it is priced behind whatever paywall they do. Why the fuck is there... I'm gonna stop asking. Oh, this recording's been awful, hasn't it? Anyways, across all their IPs and the fucking $80 you have to shill out to buy little plastic mini things I paint with their $30 paints. Jesus, GW, give us a break! But anyways, across all that, there's so much lore and stupid things that make me love this franchise so much. And, you know, just so much. There's so much to cover, and unlike Halo, which I love, I'm going to make way more than 2 videos on this. But anyways, today's subject is the Black Templars, or Templars, or what was it? Templars, and my friend said it Templars. It's Templars or Templars. Whichever way you want to say it. We all know the correct way is Templars, because it's funny. The Black Templars, our favorite religious goobers. I love this faction, because kind of the first thing I heard of this faction were power-armored wearing warriors waging a holy war against big mushroom things. Thank you, hands. You bring me to my autistic hobby that I've loved for more than 8-ish months. Which is where, outside of, maybe a couple other things and Devil May Cry, there hasn't been anything that is just... Oh, it's just like Devil May Cry, man. I need more. So if you clicked on this video, you are like how I was, or you're still just watching random videos. But you're probably like me, just dipping your toes into the hobby and found the Funny Night people to be your favorite. Trust me, as a Black Templar player, yes, I have my own army. Should be on screen now. If I did the editing right, which I can't even trust myself. Okay, so I have my very own small army. And growing. Well, not growing now. I'm really got cash, and my Devil May Cry addiction is currently first and foremost. Until I'm done for a time. I'll probably buy more. But anyway, so before we talk about our overzealous super troopers, we need to cover something I'll talk about in great depth later. So, Earth is awful, absolutely irradiated, awful. A man in a golden suit calls it Terra, and now our boy Sigismund almost gets killed by corpse kings, I think. Don't remember their names. It's been like a year, I think, since I've read Sigismund the Eternal Crusade. Crusader? Is it Eternal Crusader? Crusader. I can't remember. It's been a year since I read that book. And, well, it's not on my bookshelf anymore. I don't remember where I put it. Because I read it and I was like, oh, I'll put it somewhere where it'll never get destroyed. And I forgot where I put it. So, my book's somewhere. I don't know where. So, yeah, I don't remember the book's name. So, yeah. And, you know, he eventually gets abducted by the Imperium and turned into what is known as a Space Marine. A part of the Imperial Fish chapter. There, Primarch is Rogel Dorn. He appears one day, and now the faction is whole. I think it's important is Sigismund watched one of his battle brothers get, I kid you not, fucking evaporated by a psyker who smited him. Psykers are magic people, essentially. I'll talk about them in greater detail someday, but not today. After that, you kind of fucked up watching your friend literally get smited. You know, then he goes to Rogel's castle, gets power to the Templars, or the Templar Brethren. If I remember the names correctly, it's been some time since I read the book. He recites his vows and his brother's vows. You know, since he watched his brother get sent to the fucking Shadow Realm. Shit you not, bro, literally got smited by fucking lightning. I remember that. Or was it gravity? It was either gravity or lightning. I can't remember, and I don't feel like finding the book. I don't want to find the book right now. Because I know it's in a really hard to reach place, and it would take me a solid hour to go get it. And I want to spend another hour on this video, man. These videos, even everything, takes hours with this fucking channel, man. I don't want to spend another one in the fucking, I don't know, maybe even the fucking attic. I don't remember where I put it. It's either in the attic or in my lockbox. And Jesus Christ, I have to pick it because I lost the key. And I don't want to get my picks out because they're somewhere else. So yeah, you have to deal with me messing things up. I am not finding the shit to open a box. Just to find out it's probably in the damn attic. Anyways. He met his Gene father. He was immediately told to put his hand in fire. I love this over the top shit. Wait. We don't talk about the shit vaults anymore. Don't worry, they're retconned. Anyways, he was sent by Sanguinius. The Emperor's Angel at Death said that Sigismund was more akin to death than a champion. Which is fucking badass to get his respect of all things. But, with that reputation, he met some of the world leaders, became buddies with Cairn the Betrayer. Cairn. So yeah, I say Cairn. Supposedly it's pronounced Cairn or Cairn. I can't say it differently. I know him as Cairn the Betrayer. Some people say it's Karn, but no, you have Corn and then Cairn. I'm not going to say Corn or Cairn. There's another way to say it, but I say Cairn. I don't want Corn, Can, and Karn. So I say Cairn. Because it's Corn and Cairn. It's easier for me to remember, damn it. Let me say things the way I want to. It's how I remember. Anyways. So, So, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, Kieran. And, stole the Earth Eater chain-armed weapon thing. So he quickly ascends through the chain of command, then he is allowed to follow his daddy. Yeah, fuck, I forgot to put Daddy Rogel, or Daddy Dorn. Damn it, I forgot to write things in my script. This is a mess of a video. I want you to know this. We're taking a trip down Warhammer Lane. And I love this. Very fun series. Anyway, so... But yeah, Brogal will also get his own video. Maybe Sigismund will also get his own video where I go further in depth on his accomplishments, achievements, and things he actually fucking did. Instead of me skimming over a wiki, remembering the book very vividly, and then watching like 3 videos. Because that's kind of what I did. Because I couldn't find my fucking book. I remembered half of it. So I just watched a couple videos because I couldn't find my book, and I'm now mad because I spent like $50 fucking on that book. I don't know where it is, and now I'm sad. Just I spent $50 on that book. It took the fucker I bought it from a month to send it. So I had to wait a fucking month just to get the book. Then it took me another month to fully read it because I had shit to do. By the way, it's finals week. So forgive me. It is finals. So I'm a little stressed. So I am sorry for this more ramshackled video. I don't have time. It's 90 degrees. I can't turn on my fan because it's a part of my desk. Forgive me for this ramshackle fuckery. It's finals week. It's 90 degrees. My fan is on the other side of my room, a part of the desk, and my other fan is too loud and will make the recording sound like ass. So forgive me. And you, Sanity, I know you're watching this. Forgive me for the ramshackle video. I'm fucking doing my best, okay? I'm not okay! Summer's around the corner. I promise I'll make something better after this. Because, boy, it's fun. Give me a break. Okay, guys? Deal. Subscribers, I'm sorry. I try to do my best, but fucking hell, it's 90 degrees in this room and I'm actually dying. Anyways, like I was saying. So, yeah, following his father, which will get his own video, I already said that. So, the bald guy, known as Horus, got stabbed by the ship blade, Chaos Blade, and, chose to... help the fucking gods of chaos. Then the golden guy with humanity. And they got all the fucking rejects. Horus Heresy sucked for Horus. Outside of him, he had the fucking rejects. He had fucking Fulgrim. That's a thing where Sidith having to deal with his fucking ass. The only good guy he fucking had was Perturabo, or Purdy. Perturabo. I try to say words, this isn't funny. Perturabo. Perturabo, is it? Perturabo? Fucking. I got a speech impediment, don't make fun of me, please. That's not a joke. I do have a speech impediment. I think I finally found something I can't say. Aside of not cinnamon, but it's like dyslexia. I literally can't say that word. I don't know. There's some words I just can't say. Anyways, so yeah, you got all the fucking rejects outside of Perturabo. Perturado? I feel like I'm always saying that name wrong. But yeah, outside of Perturabo, he had like fucking Alfarius and Omegon. I mean, they're okay. I mean, kinda. He had he had Pastor John in the corner. He has fucking the word bears, fucking Pastor John in the corner there. I promise I won't sacrifice you, I swear, he says. And he fucking crucifies you. Not a joke, word bears are fucked in like 8 different ways. All of these, well, most of these will get their own videos. Some of them won't, because I don't fucking like them. Like fucking Omegon, I don't like them. I like their funny haha jokes, I don't like them. They don't seem fun. They're fucking funny, their faction is, I am Omegon, I am Omegon, I am Omegon. They're all fucking Omegon. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the fucking Black Templars shit. You know. And despite that, you decide, Sigismund, sometime around the Drop Site Massacre, he met the first ever saint, and the saint told him being religious, low-key, kinda cool, and showed him a vision, and gave him a choice, to either be a legendary warrior and fuck up 2 Primarchs, not 1, but 2, or beat them up twice, and then your big daddy Dorn comes in and saves you. Or, like, sure, he would save, but anyway, or, die on a backwater planet, so Siggy decided religion, kinda cool, and the golden glowy guy is a god. And well, Rogel Dorn was not happy, he was beyond furious and decided to make the heretics pay for what they did. And he did. He made sure that Terran Wall would never be penetrated. And anyway, yeah, I'm looking at you, fucking Fulgrim, molesting the damn wall. I'm allowed to talk about Warhammer. Can't you tell I'm a little giddy? A little excited that I get to talk about something I spent $200 on! Not even a full fucking army! I spent $200 getting half a Primaris squad. Thank you a lot, fucking eBay. A full-on Primaris Crusader squad. Grimaldus and Emperor's Champion. It totals somewhere around 200 and something bucks. I make poor financial decisions. Can't you tell? So many poor decisions. I make too many. Never mind the random shit I say, guys. You don't want it. I don't ask why I'm this way. I just am. I'm just built different. Anyways. And then, Drop Side Massacre. So Big Daddy Dorn goes in his little cave to cry. So he goes everybody back to Terra to purge the soul system of all those who follow the bald guy. That is currently being powered by all 4 fucking Chaos Gods. Siggy, feeling like he had to, told Rogel why he stuck with him, and, he practically disowned him, but kept him to prevent doubts to spread through the Legion. They have Mars, but, 60 Titans were on the enemy side, so they managed to fight a war to get the armor, which was the only reason he was there. And during the Siege of Terra, he became the first Emperor's Champion, blessed by the God Emperor himself. He was a killing machine. He killed so many greater demons that Abaddon, the slimy fucker he is, that slimy bastard, ran away in fear. He fought fucking Fulgrim! Not just a Primarch, a Chaos-empowered Primarch! And he almost won, but, almost died, and Big Daddy Dorn came in last second and saved Siggy before he got sent to the astral plane. So he stayed on Earth fighting every Chaos champion that he could fight, every Chaos champion he could find. He made the demons a corn run in fear. He was death. He made them fear for their fucking life. A little later, after the heresy concluded, and Goober gets sent to the Eye of Terror. Okay, so, brief Horus Heresy lesson. So, word bearers, those fucking weirdos, decided to join the Chaos Gods. Because their father, the fucking Emperor, literally a giant glowing man in golden armor, kind of, was like, I'm not a god, convert to atheism. And the word bearers was like, oh, Father God, no. We believe in you. Get them and blow up that fucker's planet. And they blew up the World Bearers fucking planet. So yeah, they were angry, enjoyed chaos, stabbed Abaddon with the Chaos Blade. I called it the shit blade because a YouTuber said that and I thought it was funny. I don't remember who. Somebody said it and I thought it was funny, so I ran with it. It might have been Major Kill. I don't remember. All I know is my friend was like, hey, watch this guy. He said funny thing and I laughed and went, ah. Clapped my hands and laughed at the funny man's jokes. So, yeah. So, yeah. He converted to Chaos because he thought the God Emperor would ruin everything. I meant the Emperor. God, being a Black Templar player and calling the Emperor anything but the God Emperor is weird. Ugh. So yeah. Fucking Abaddon, yes. Abaddon was... Anyways, Horus, got a bunch of people to join him. Only the fucking rejects, though. Only the fucking rejects. No one else, just the fucking rejects. He got fucking Chorus Corvac? The fucking pirate guy, not the fucking vampire fucker. The emo guy. He got that one. Not Emotech, no, fuck. There were so many names in this damn series. I don't feel like explaining. Yeah, you got all the rejects, fought God, killed God. So yeah, the God Emperor was like, vision of your child. Then he literally obliterated his soul. He killed his son, soul. Deleted, Alt F4'd his kid's soul. But to be fair, poor Sanguinius got turned into fucking shards on Horus's ship. Water. Drink water, guys. Trust. Anyways. So, yeah. All the goobers went to the Eye of Terror. And the Emperor became a giant golden vegetable that is powering the world's biggest light bulb. Shit you not. He is literally just a lighthouse to tell psychic people where to go. That way, the demons don't eat their soul. That fast. So yeah. Yeah, the Emperor is just a giant golden battery at this point. He sometimes is able to talk. Not a lot. Yeah, the Emperor's just kind of fucked at this point. He is one with a golden chair. Yeah, he is. He is fucked, to say the least. Woo, woo, woo. So yeah, he's one with the chair. But yeah. So yeah. Another one of the Primarchs, known as Gilman, wrote the golden pages of the Codex Astartes. After a second civil war literally almost happened, the second founding began. And as Siggy, he got the most religious, most zealous of the Imperial Fists, and began the biggest crusade. Because if you can't read the Codex, ignore it, and in the name of your God, you will send them free. As long as you said you're fighting in the name of your God, you got off scot-free. Rogo got his arm cut off and left. He's alive, I tell you. So yeah, Rogo disappeared. He might come back if a recent book is to be believed. Or to be believed, which has my boys, the Templars, in it, but I'll talk about that later. So, the Black Templars are known as a not Codex compliant chapter, essentially. They looked at the golden pages, laughed, and said, nah, I do my own thing. And thus began the longest crusade the Imperium has ever witnessed. They went off into the stars, killing all that stood in their way. And at the head of this operation was the first Black Temple, the first High Marshal, was Siggy himself. But the first Black Crusade began, which is part of the Black Legion, Chaos People, not the Black Templars. Essentially, I'll talk about that bullshit later, but, a massive Black Templar fleet went to defend Cadia's Gate. The, Cadian Gate, because, Cadia, Eye of Terror, And on that ship was Abaddon, the fucking despoiler. And my boy bars their ship. Sigismund leads his Black Templars. And he's been leading them for years. He is currently around 1,000 years old. Obsessed with hunting down Abaddon when Sigismund was over 1,000 years old. Abaddon wasn't! See, time in the warp works extremely differently. What was for them maybe a year was for us 1,000! So Sigismund is 1,000 years old at this point. Not in his prime, but still obsessed with hunting down Abaddon. Like Sigismund was over 1,000 years old. The Black Templar Legion fought the Black Legion. The Black Templars, flagship, the Eternal Crusade, which is a badass name, might I add. Sigismund met Abaddon in single combat and was slain by the new War Master of Chaos. Bullshit, plot armor. Plot armor. Kill fucking Sigismund, man. I'm not happy. This give Fabius Bile to clone my boy Siggy. I want him back. Give me back my fucking champion. I've almost bought Sigismund's 30k model a total of 80 times. 80. Because I fucking need. I'm gonna cool down for a second, okay? Oh. There's a hacker in a server. Well, not a hacker, but like a scammer in a server I'm in. So once I get all that sorted out, I'll get back. Okay, so quick side tangent. I was on the Tacticus Discord server. A scammer tried to get me download a game. I don't remember their name. All I know is what their PFP was, so oopsie, I blocked them and I don't know how to look at my blocks. Fuck. So I have no way of figuring out who their name was. I contacted a mod. So, sorry, this took me a minute to get back. So, I was talking about how Sigismund died. Okay, so yeah. Sigismund met Abaddon in single combat and was slain by the new War Master of Chaos, but not before he buried his black sword deep into the despoiler's chest. Impaled him harder than Fulgrim would have. If you're part of the Warhammer community, you're aware of why everybody makes fun of Fulgrim. If you're not a part, you're going to be very confused, but trust me, one day you'll understand. Same thing happened to me. One day, all the jokes in this community clicked for me, and I was like, oh! That was funny! Ah. Water. Trust me, you'll get it one day. Anyways. But yeah, the scar would remain on him for the next 10,000 years, which I think it should have lasted forever, but call it a hunch. Anyway, the Black Templars were unfortunately defeated, but the Black Legion forces were pretty fucked after the battle. Before they left and fucked off to who knows where. But before they left, and, the only thing they did, that this plot armored wearing fuck did, was return the Black Blade and Siggy to the ship, the Internal Crusader, before leaving. Now, I'd like to read this encounter from the book Black Legion novel. Tell me, I said, before I leave. Speak. Sigismund, how did he wound you? Abaddon fell silent. The vicious vitality of ambition bleeded away. The black rebreather covering much of his face and murk occluded some of his expressions, but I believe for the first time I saw something like shame flicker across my lord's face. How curious. He wouldn't die, Abaddon said at last, thoughtfully low. He just wouldn't die. I did not need to skim his mind for insight. Just from the tone, I knew what had happened. He baited you. You were lost in rage. The muscle on Abaddon's jaw and throat clenched as he grounded his teeth. It was over before I knew he had struck me. I couldn't breathe. I felt no pain, but I couldn't breathe. The black sword was buried to the hilt, like the old man had sheathed it inside my chest. Ezekiel's voice was soft across the speakers, cushioned by bitterness and ashes of reflection. His words were almost, whatever the fuck that word is, whispers, each one a drop of acid on bare flesh. The only way to kill me was to welcome his own death, and he did it. At a moment, the chance arose. We were face to face, like with the blade through my body. My armor sparked, it failed. I lashed back. His blood soaked the talon. He fell. I remained quiet, letting Abaddon's tail unspool. His eyes were looking through me, not seeing what was, but what had been. He wasn't dead, Cathlon. He was on the floor, sprawled like a corpse, did a bow and torn in two. But he was still alive. I was on my knees, forcing my dead lungs to keep on breathing. Kneeling over him like an apothecary, the black sword still through me. Our eyes met. He spoke. I did not ask Abaddon to tell me. I reached into his thoughts, tentatively at first, in case he rebuffed my presence, and closed my eyes and saw. The Black Knight fell, ripped apart, his sword brother, and gone or dead, I did not know which. Red-stained Sigismund, red-staining tabards, red-deckered the deck, breathing. And around him bread, in Abaddon's eyes, misting his sight, blood, so much blood. Here at last he looked, every one of his years, which timeline cracking his face. He looked upon at the chamber's ornate ceiling, his eyes lifted, as if reverence to the master of mankind upon his throne. Sigismund's hand trembled, twitching, seeking his fallen sword. No, Abaddon muttered, with brotherly gentleness, though the running of his blood, and he heaved of his chest. No, it's over. Sleep now, in the failure you have earned. The knight's fingertips scraped the hilt of his blade. So close, yet he lacked the strength to move even that far. His face bloodless, blue of the newly dead, yet he still breathed. Sigismund, Abaddon said through lips darkened by his own lifeblood. This claw has killed 2 Primarchs. It wounded the Emperor unto death. I would have spared it the taste of your life as well, if you could only see what I've seen. As I stared through Abaddon's eyes, I confess, I experienced the teariness of some knight's oath, or a final murmur in the Emperor's name. Instead, that ruined things. That had been first captain of the Imperial Fist and the High Marshal of the Black Templars spoke through a mouthful of blood. Spoke low, committing the last words of his life, biting off each word, ensuring he spoke each one, shivering, shanking clarity. You will die as your weakling father did, soulless, honorless, weeping, ashamed. Sigismund's last word was also his last breath. It sighed out of his mouth, taking his soul with it. In the apothecarium, I opened my eyes and found I had nothing to say. Words eluded me in the wake of Sigismund's final curse. Fawkes brought Sigismund's body from the Crusader. Abaddon told me he carried it himself. Let me tell you, long more, it was not the anger of a vengeful spirit's guns, nor Gabriel's shrieking Vox transmissions of burning ships and failing outposts. No, I speak the formal declaration, unknown, even those among the 9th Legion, but for Ezekiron, how the fuck you say his name, that gathered at Abaddon's side. You see, even in our valid malignancy, we still observe formalities of war must be declared. Sigismund was chosen for his responsibility. It felt right that he should carry our words back to the Imperium, back to the throne world itself, and it was solemn conclave that gathered around his corpse. One of the Black Templar ships served as Sigismund's mausoleum. I was one of the 4 warriors that carried him there, a pale barrier for our imperial foe. We had laid him upon one of the comrade tables in readiness. Abaddon handed me Sigismund's blade, not the sword of the High Marshal, for that was gone in the hands of the surviving Black Templars. But Sigismund's favored blade, the black sword that had been ripped through Abaddon's own armor, my lord's blade, bade me carve our declaration along the length of the blade. And I did with the point of ritual Jarmahar dagger, and the exceedingly kiss a psychic fire. Once it was done, we laid the cooling blade upon Sigismund's corpse and closed his hands around its hilt. No effort was made to hide the wound that had slain him, nor to mask the mangled, cremate, and blood-stained mess of his tabard. The king's knight chain was bothered with bloodfall. As well, Abaddon wiped the worst from the old warrior's bearless features with a care that would astonish any imperial witness. Abaddon touched with slash across his own face a mark left by Sigismund's blade, a mark that Abaddon would carry him down the many centuries to come. He kept the scar to this day, a reminder of one of the worthiest foes he's ever fought. The moment the Great Crusade truly comes to an end. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the one of the mods of the Tacticus Discord server DM'd me back right after I got done reading the thing. So I quickly pressed the pause button, ran over there, and gave him the screenshot. So the scammer's probably gone off the Tacticus Discord server. I'm not going to say their name because that's fucking messed up in 8 different ways. Why would I say their Discord username? That'd be fucked. But yeah, it was the same script. A buddy of mine lost his account before, so I knew immediately what was up. I immediately contacted the guy. So yeah, sorry for this intermission. I just quickly had to run and do something. Anyways. So anyways, this is fucking awesome. Now, I did read a little more than I should have, but it sums up the battle and how fucked Abaddon was. Mentally. But anyways, after that, the new High Marshal was elected, Marshal Bohamadan. The Greenskins, or Orcs, depending on what you want to call them. But they will also get their own video at some point because, God, there is so much I want to talk about. Just know they will be here in the later point. They were in the War of the Beasts and a part of the Last Wall, a massive event where all the successor chapters of the Imperial Fist became one chapter and thought as one. Now I'll talk a bit about some of their beliefs. We were talking about how they killed an alien cyborg with psychic powers. Now, with the Templars, they are extremely religious and zealous. So religious and zealous, in fact. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I did hear this from a fellow YouTuber. Might have been Voldemort's Guide to Warhammer. But I remember one of them saying they're so religious, their beliefs seeps into their weapons, making them both sharper and shoot better. Again, quote me if I'm wrong. I heard it from one of those goobers. I was like, oh my god, that's fucking funny. Because when we talk about the orcs, oh, the orcs. Oh, when I talk about them, you'll hear me talk about the power of the law, baby. I cannot wait, but it's a future video. And they are one of the best at melee combat, baby. They like getting up and close with their enemies and cutting them to ribbons. And they hate everything different, which is best said with their war crime. No pity, no remorse, no fear, which is fucking metal. And my favorite quote of which is my Discord status. My armor is contempt. My shield is disgust. My sword is hatred. In the Emperor's name, let none survive. Oh, my throat. Oh, my throat is dying. Oh, water bottle, save me. Anyways, they ate the heretic. Oh, fuck. No, it reset my sentence. Where was I? Hold on. I accidentally fucked it. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, I lost it. Hold on, there we are. They ate the heretics, the Xenos, and the witch. And won't work with any psychers, even more, and most likely because Siggy's trauma from his friend being smited or gravitied into oblivion. With that being said, they also believe the Emperor, a big glowing guy in a golden suit of armor, is a god. Boy, oh boy, he does hate being referred to as a god, but now he's like a giant battery for a psychic lighthouse, and seems to need worship to keep himself from completely dying. Which, he chose someone to join the Templars. I'll talk about him later. Anyway, so, the howling is, when an alien cyborg whose psychic presence allowed him to control 1,300 planets. Alas, the Cacodominus death scream echoed and amplified through the war, burning out the minds of billions and fucking the signal of the Astronomicon, the golden man on life support. Millions upon millions of Imperial void ships were lost, so yeah, there's a fuck ton of ships against this fucker. Anyways, at some point, a boy was born known as Hellbrick. And he fought so hard, in fact, he ascended through the ranks. And according to Gilliman, he reminds him of Sigismund. So the new High Marshal Hellbrick, and the current one, has fought hundreds of battles and fought Emotech the Storm King. He lost his hand, which pissed him off. Hellbrick got his revenge, 50-50, so can't fully remember. He fought Emotech, the Storm King. The guy tried to reunite all the Necron dynasties. He fought and almost won! He tired out a robot man without a soul! The robot man has no soul, and he wore him down! That's so fucking awesome! I'm losing my voice. I think I'm actually losing my voice from screaming. This is the first time, I swear, I lose my voice due to recording a script. I will actually make a community post, I swear to God. Yeah, I think I fucked my voice a little. Oh, that, but I can't fully remember. Anyways, one last notable character, which will also get its own video on top of Hellbrick. He is the coolest ever. The Emperor had people look over him, according to Major Kill. That was the guy I watched. I was like, he had, Major Kill was like, and the Emperor had people watching over him. And I was like, oh. And I did mild research on that because, sounds cool. Oh God. Sanity, what do you want? I'm recording a script. I know you're probably watching this on a fucking Monday or Tuesday, depending on when I get this out, Sanity. Why? Why did you try to call me? Oh, wait a minute. Ugh. If you guys don't know, Sanity, he's from the Indie Cross video. Check it out. Watch Moro's videos before watching my lore breakdown thingy. And then read my community post of how there was a Q&A that I didn't know existed until now. Because I didn't know there was a lore Q&A. Okay. So, where did I leave off? Romaldus! This fight for Armageddon. And walking to a massive walking fucking church and not asking but demanding assistance is fucking amazing. Watch the Hell's Reach fan movie on YouTube. Then read the book like I did. Because, man, that really gives you the full experience. Now, I want to read his speech because, man, this is fucking amazing. Do you see that? Jesus, that's just Abaddon's voice. Hold on. Do you see that? He roared at the humans. The closeted ranks flinched back from the mechanical bark that issued almost defeatingly loud from his skull helm. Answer me! He received several trembling nods. Yes, sir, uttered a handful of the speakers, faceless with the masses of the rebreather masks. Grimaldus turned his back to the wasteland, already dark with the teeming chaotic ranks of the enemy. At first, his helmet emitted a low, vox discordant chuckle. Within a few seconds, he was laughing up at the burning sky while aiming his Crozius hammer at the enemy. Are you as insulted as I am? Look, this is what they sinned against us. He turned back to the men. The laughter faded, but amused. Contempt filling his voice, even though the inhumanizing vocals of his helm. This is what they sinned. This rabble. We hold one of the mightiest cities of the forces of the planet. This fury of its guns sends all skyborne enemies to the ground in flames. We stand united in our thousands, our weapons without numbers, our purity without question, and our hearts beating courage through our blood. And this is how they attack us? Brothers and sisters, a legion of beggars and alien drags wheezes its way across the plain. Forgive me. When the moment comes that they whine and weep against our walls, forgive me, I must order you to waste ammunition upon their worthless bodies. Grimaldus paused, lowering his weapon at last, turning his back on the invaders as if bored by their very existence. His attention was focused entirely upon the soldiers below him. I've heard many souls speak my name in whispers since I came to Hell's Reach. I ask you now, do you know me? Yes, replied several among the hundreds. Do you know me? He bellowed them over the firing of the wall guns. Yes, a chorus answered now. I am Grimaldus of the Black Templars, a brother of the Steel Legion of this defiant world. A mustard cheer grew. His words. It wasn't enough, not even close. Never again in your life will your actions carry such consequence. Never again will you serve as you serve now. No duty will matter as much. No glory tastes as true. We are defenders of Hellreach. On this day we carve our legends in the flesh of every alien we slay. Will you stand with me? Now the cheers come in truth. They will thunder in the air around him. Will you stand with me? Again a roar. Sons and brothers of the Imperium, our blood is the blood of heroes and martyrs. The Xenos dare defile our sacred city. They dare tread the sacred soil of our world. We will throw their bodies from these walls. When their final day dawns, a wave noise crashed against his armor as they cheered. Grimaldus raised his war maul against the embattled heavens. This is our city. This is our world. Say it. Say it, cry it out loud so the bastards in orbit can hear our fury. Our city. Our world. Laughter again. Grimaldus turned to face the alien hordes. Run, alien dogs! Come to me! Come to us all! Come in blood and fire! Blood and fire! The Reclusiax cut the air with his crozier, as if order from his men forward. For the Templars! For Hell's Reach! For Hell's Reach! Louder! For Hell's Reach! I cannot hear you, brothers! For Hell's Reach! Hurl yourself at the walls! Inhuman filth, die on our blades! I am Grimaldus of the Black Templars! I will cast your carcass from these holy walls! Grimaldus! 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 Grimaldus nodded, still standing over the wasteland, letting cheering chants mix with the howling wind, knowing it would carry to the advancing enemies. Not... Now, tell me, that doesn't sound absolutely fucking amazing when I read that shit. Forgive me. My voice is dying! I'm drinking water. Oh god, my throat, it's shut. Oh, how dare I yell? No. I know my parents are gonna be like, why the fuck were you yelling? I was reading, mother. Father. Papa. I was reading. I already know the conversation. My throat is a little shut from that. So yeah, I've been recording this for like 3 hours. I want you to know that. It has took me 3 hours to get all of this done. Isn't it fun? And I have to edit it and get it ready before I go to sleep. Which means I don't even get to play Devil May Cry 3 today. So yeah. But anyways, when I first read this shit, I had, shit you not, The Last Stand by Sabaton was playing in my ears. I was so fucking hyped. But yeah, he fought those greenskins tooth and nail, and survived even after a fucking church collapsed on him, and he still fought until he left and continued his badass killing spree across the stars. Oh, and at some point across the stars, they went to the ghoul stars, tried to kill the planets, but they saw the planets growing back. They went, aw, dang it, came back to never speak of it again. They at some point got, reinforcements known as Primaris Marines. They're a whole different story I don't need to get into today. But when the Templars got them from Custodes, essentially warriors made in their god's image, and killed them because the Primarics were heresy. After Helbic explained to them it was the Emperor's will to use them, they got the reinforcements and now they are formatted. Because they are not good at combined, which means they can have more than 1,000 Space Marines. The suspected number ranged from the 3,000 to 10,000, which means it can be somewhere around 3 times as stronger as most factions, or being 10 times as stronger, which is fucking insane. My voice is shot. I have never yelled so much outside of playing Bennett Foddy in so long. My throat it is dying, and I still had to voice act for stuff I'm in, because outside of this I do have another channel. And I do voice acting for a bunch of different stuff. So my voice being shot is just dandy, ain't it? But outside of that, they're pretty simple. You become a upstart neophyte after you prove your stealth. But neophytes are Marines with light armor and is commonly used as scouts. After they prove themselves, they become standard Space Marines. After some time and being extremely skilled with swords, they can become a Sword Brethren or go on to teach future groups of neophytes. And as a Sword Brethren, you take on a more melee role and are generally veterans of the Black Templars. They're essentially the veteran group of sorts, for lack of a better words. But there are chaplains, which are normal, just religious. But if you have a vision before a fight, and from the Emperor and some verification to prove it's true, to become the Emperor's champion, a warrior cladded in armor similar to Sigismund's, and wielded one of the many black blades, they will go and fight better than they ever have, or will again if they survive. Big emphasis on if. And will be drawn to their target, to which they'll have one-on-one combat with, normally win before dying from many other reasons. But yeah, that's how they are structured, and that's all the cool stuff I remember. But a recent new book about Fulgrim came out from an author who books are in a realm between canon and not, which has a scene of a Templar having a vision of Big Daddy Dorn returning, and with speculations of them bringing back one of the Primarchs. Hoping it's my boy, but who knows? We'll find out sometime down the road. But with that being said, Battle Brothers, that's all I can think of. If I missed any awesome stuff you wanted me to cover outside of stuff I done said I would get their own video, comment it down below. If I missed something or misremembered something, tell me, because that does happen sometimes. I do a lot of research, but sometimes there are things I'm confident about that I might just assume is true. So please tell me what I get wrong. And with that out of the way, if you enjoyed today's video at any point, subscribe, share, like. It greatly helps the video and makes me a happy man. Check the description to check out the artists, which I use some of their art in this video. I use in the video. Links in the description below. And with that being said, That's Lore Maker, signing off.